Alright, chat. We back. Audio started messing up, man. We should be good now.
Right here.
I was looking.
Oh, those aren't chips. Those are cheesy doodles.
Cheesy
Get yourself a little cheesy doodle. You a good man. How is that?
Dude, they actually no dead ass.
Fresh?
They taste fresh.
All right, I mean, it's check it, guys. I'm gonna do it.
I wouldn't be that sketched.
3 a.m. in the tunnels. You wouldn't think we were eating
Fresh
cheese
cheese
doodles.
doodles, man. Fresh doodles.
Did they know?
Oh, fresh.
Yep, them doodles. We'd be doodling down here in cheese and
In Cheese World.
cheese world.
You guys want to like just stop here and hang out for 10 or 15 minutes for no light? I guarantee you'll have some sort of an encounter. I guarantee it. I've been back here too many times and I don't think I've ever been back here by myself and not had some sort of an encounter of something. Some sort, for sure. Never mind like the Men in Black people. It's a whole other ballgame.
What are the Men in Black people?
Guys that wear all black and they're dead silent. Must have great night vision. They have no lights. These are
What are the Men in Black people?
Shoes with 2 toes.
Guys
I'm
that
assuming
wear all
high-end
black?
Black Ops guys. Security.
Yeah, what?
I don't know.
The Lyft driver that took us here just out of nowhere brought up the Men in Black and was talking about these alien Men in Black creatures that live in Vegas.
Hey.
What's that noise we're hearing?
Water running?
It's not flooding, is it?
No. Pretty creepy, yeah.
Yeah, it's super creepy.
Yeah.
We've been walking for, I would say, almost an hour now, right? What time is it? 2:36.
Walking for almost
We're
an
underneath
hour.
the link right now. Look at this elaborate array of pipe.
They've been walking for almost an hour and got nowhere. So if something was to happen, that's at least what I want to say. Probably like what, a 10-minute sprint, 15-minute run. You feel me? Nigga, you gonna be able to run for your life for 15 minutes straight? Wow, flood of water is coming towards you. Over with.
Shit.
G's in the chat.
Who's that? What is that? Over there? Oh man. Is this the end of the tunnel?
This is the back side of the link. You're underneath the Link Casino right now.
We really did it. We really walked all the way from the Rio to the link underground. This is wild, man. What an experience.
They just walked all the way throughout Las Vegas. From one casino to another. Underground, no traffic or nothing. Ain't nobody know they was there. They could just pop out from a sewer somewhere. Be right behind you on something.
Man, this is crazy. So, if someone wanted to escape, they could come right at the valet at the link and just disappear down to this labyrinth of tunnels. You'd never get caught. And I wonder...
Disappearing thousands of tunnels. I ain't gonna lie. That's probably how hella like cases get unsolved. And also earlier, if you caught the early one got down. It's like I said, unsolved cases. They talking about they seen chopped up bodies and all that, bro. Them unsolved cases, bro, it's because of them tunnels.
It looks like if you wanted to, you could bring a car in through here. But people driving by, they have absolutely no idea what's down here. So this says on the wall, but it ends tonight. Justice will be served for Chrissy. I really not okay, and no one cares, and no one's there. Don't know who to trust. Well, that's heartwarming. What is that?
It's a camera. We found it.
You just found a camera down here?
Yeah, it's like an old film camera.
Look at that.
It ain't that old.
That's
though.
eerie,
You
dude.
see it had a lens and everything.
All right, you guys, well, we made it to the end here at Link. We're going to start heading back to the Rio. So we're walking back the opposite side that we came in?
Yeah,
About
I'm
what?
just trying to find a tunnel that's going to be easiest for us to go down. Because this used to be blocked off.
Yeah, look at all this shit, dude.
They got tunnels blocked off. He in that joint knowing the tunnels
See the
though.
rim?
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
that's what's
If
crazy.
you get
Man.
caught up in this shit, basically it's a wrap.
That's like a
He know
run
about
to
the
a golf
tunnels.
cart or something.
People lose all their
You
shit.
feel me? Like of course he know about the tunnels because he lived down there, but not like he know the tunnels like the back of his hand. He talking about, hold on, let me think of a different route. Boom, 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 boom. He the GPS for you feel me? Underground Vegas. Underground Vegas. He GPS. He the one. He the backseat driver. You know, the one that be like, oh, you don't need GPS. Just listen to me. Listen to me. He wanted it on.
Look how low these ceilings are, man. Is this not wild? Oh,
No
dude, I
conspiracy
thought that was
king.
ground. That was just like
Late
mucky
boogie.
filth. I just stomped it. I found a crutch. Someone's real deal crippin' down here. Bro, there's a safe.
Hey, appreciate
Yeah, all
y'all for
that's
joining
right
the
is
live,
just
man. Appreciate y'all
mags.
watching.
Just some nudie mags in the safe.
Mole people underground of Vegas.
You heard that?
Just reacting to it.
All right, I'm done with that. The craziest thing is this is just one section of the tunnels. The tunnels go everywhere. There's a motorcycle down here.
A motorcycle.
There's no more guessing if people are riding automobiles down here. Here's a motorcycle.
Damn. Wow, how much do you think an auto shop will give you for this right now?
With a muffler like that, bro, 700, easy.
$50. But nah. These Mo people underground, yeah, Mo people underground, but nah, motorcycle being under there, man. That's crazy. There ain't no telling how long that been under there. Either somebody stole it, either one of them stole it, brought it under there, or somebody mess around and try to, they ditched that junk on something.
700?
700 easy. 3 a.m. We're down here deep underneath Vegas in the tunnels.
And I know people out here
Hey,
have been here
we
a very
at
long time.
600
They
likes.
see holes in the floor where people like stuck down in the hole, like screaming for help.
Oh man, this is disappointing. Even in the tunnels, they're saying gamer words, dude. That's wrong. Leave the gamer words out the tunnels. Bro, I've seen that. Bro, water just started pouring out of that. Dude, look at that. Water just started pouring out of that. Let's go. Let's go.
That's crazy. You see how that water flooding through? Like, that little bit of water right there could really just like, that whole little tunnel right there could be flooded real quick. You feel me? All them tunnels could be flooded within a matter of like hours. And by the time most of them find out, it'd be too late. That's crazy.
The 3 a.m. the floodgates open. We gotta get out of here.
The way that's sounding, that's not sounding very promising. Dude, this is awesome.
Yeah, let's get
If I were
Dub
to
Late Boogie
just,
in the chat. I ain't gonna lie,
by
she going
happenstance
crazy
run
with
into
the
an op
likes.
down here, I could give him a squirt, serve some justice. The true power of mayonnaise. Look into it.
Oh yeah, we're balling now, guys. We got carrots and bologna.
We found baby carrots and
No
bologna.
life on bologna. I don't know. Who's in there like Pokemon? They just bring back a Pokemon card.
Should I try to pull?
Chat, y'all eating
Here it
that
is,
for
the official Beneath Las
for $1
Vegas
million.
Pokemon card extravaganza. I know you guys have waited for it for a long time.
Y'all eating
I feel
them.
just like Logan Paul right now.
Y'all eating
If I just
them baby
open the
carrots and
Pokemon
bologna
pack,
for a
see what we
bill?
got first. We have a Slowbro. The evolved form of Slowpoke, the pre-evolution of Slowking. Decent water psychic type. There you go. Second pull, let's see. None other than Wartortle.
I did not know that.
Check that
You gotta
out.
put
The
me on
evolved form of
game.
Squirtle, pre-evolution of Blastoise. Water type Pokemon, Gen 1, starter type. The next one is really creepy and scary. I don't understand what the that is and why it looks like that. It's a Dragonite. Dragonite. What a pool, dude. What a pool. What a pool! That's like pretty much like holographic Charizard, dude. Man, I feel like this could be a trend. Going down here and opening up Pokemon packs. Let's see, we have an Eevee, one of my favorite Pokemon. I love the Evolutions.
Nah, they don't have a Pokemon pack.
To it right here. We have a Onyx, pre-evolution of Steelix, which you get by trading an Onyx that's holding a metal coat. But I never had
What
friends,
if they be
so I
down
never
there?
got a Steelix.
Like,
so no
what
one
if
would
they
trade
be
with
down
me.
there?
There it was,
Like,
you guys. That was the Pokemon card opening extravaganza. Thanks for watching it. I know
Really
it was the
be
highlight of the
having,
episode. You guys are probably psyched, aren't you? I found a cell phone.
Like, really be having Pokemon battles. Or what's that, what's that game, goddamn, Beyblade. Yeah, what if they down there having Beyblade battles, you feel me? The most insane underground, literally, like Beyblade battles under Vegas. Bets going on and everything. That's crazy. Hey, that's what I'm saying. Hey, he out there like, bro, they really like, I'm telling you, me and my people, bro, we not doing that. You feel me? He told us 3 a.m. The title is 3 a.m. underground. Never. I'm not gonna be there at 3 p.m. underground. Ever.
What was that? What was that?
That wasn't me.
What was that? Boys,
What
good
was
news,
that?
boys.
Never.
Really good news, boys.
Never. They asked
Hey,
me quick.
I know you guys wanted to see it. You've been waiting. You guys been asking me nonstop.
Hey,
We got a big
I ain't gonna
one.
lie, that hat messed me up. I'm like, what was that?
I say, take the pack of cheese sticks or take the American spirits. Which one will you choose? For the content, you guys, because you might say, hey,
Dog,
we came
I'm
here at 3
crying,
a.m.
bro.
Spooky, nothing scary. We're gonna go
You know,
in this tunnel
hey,
to
you know,
appease
I'm
you
up
out
to
there.
this,
Josiah, you go first, buddy.
to this streaming stuff, man. You know, I'm still trying to figure it
Big
out.
dog's gotta eat. Tommy needs to.
I'm gonna leave my camera right here.
What? We're climbing through, you guys. Oh man, this is fucking scary. Holy shit.
Wait.
Oh shit. No
It's a
way.
pothole.
Yo.
It's the escape.
Look.
You wanna go up and
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, that hole
What if
is
you
like
pop out on your
small.
semi though? Oh no! Oh wait.
Not me.
What's wrong? You scared?
That's a bit. I'm gonna tap into yours too.
I think I'm done with this.
I think I'm done with this too, man.
Yeah, let's head back.
I agree. It's not because I'm tired. Definitely not scared. Just out of breath because there's not a whole lot of oxygen down here.
It honestly is kind of a little hard to breathe. I want to
I was
go.
also thinking 24-hour challenge.
Really?
Yeah, in here.
Oh yeah.
For 24 hours.
Brandon, you holding in there? 24
I'm
hours?
tuning in here. I'm still be up.
I feel like
still be
Smeagol
live.
right now from Lord of the Rings. It is pretty fucking crazy to be in
I
this
ain't gonna lie,
little
I'm
tiny
probably
tunnel.
ain't no telling how long I'm
That's
finna be
wild,
on.
dude. Closing statements you want to say to the people out there?
Like,
No, yeah, keep
I'm
your
on
head up,
his
or else you could end up down
reactions
here
all
too.
day, pretty much, and then
You
shit
know,
later
that's
on.
reality,
be,
yeah. Don't take anything for granted. Yeah, everyone's a couple pages
Later
from
on,
being
be,
homeless.
If you're interested in
2K.
helping out the people that live underneath Vegas, you can donate to Holy Smokes or Shining Light. And as always, the extended cut is on Patreon. We
Hey, chap, y'all be on 2K. You feel me? Put y'all bills, whatever. You feel me? Rank, rep, whatever. Boom, boom, boom. Gamer tags. Put it in the chat. Shit, we probably get something going.
appreciate you guys for supporting the channel.
If you think your 5 better than my 5, I got 5 on it. You know what I'm saying?
Cool, it doesn't really matter what I do, cause I'll always stay stuck as a fool. I'll never be cool, don't get what I want, I'm a
End of the video. But yeah. Let's find another one. Shit. I ain't gonna lie. We gotta find something else finna look into. But shit, chat. What y'all wanna see, man? I'm trying to think. We about to go home and see what's on here. See what look interesting. Oh, chat, how y'all feel about aliens, bro? I started tapping in earlier, but I ain't even watch. I didn't even watch that for real. Regarding alien, like, all right, we about to watch this. He got what, 750K views. And ain't there yet to see, to believe. But if I ain't see it, then I ain't believing. No, I'm talking about. Not talking about. Alright, let's watch this one.
This is the real me, and
This is an AI replacement. The background is real,
the AI character is not.
but we can flip it.
Real person, AI background.
In celebration of Spooky October and an entire coming month of creepy, mysterious science content,
10
here are
unsettling
10
possibilities
unsettling
regarding
possibilities
alien
regarding
life.
alien life. Number 10. There is no one else. To paraphrase Arthur C. Clarke, there either is other intelligent alien life in the universe, or there isn't, and the two possibilities are equally frightening.
Before they get for I said that the other day on my last stream that I believe in aliens. Cause there ain't no way God made the galaxy, the Milky Way, the universe, all these planets, you feel me? And we the only life form, bro. Like that's actually crazy to think for us to believe that we're the only life form. And it's all that space out there. We discovered 5% of the ocean, if that. And that's on Earth. And that's what God created, you feel me? Like, and it's hella sea life that we haven't discovered yet. And for us to think that we the only ones out there is crazy. Like that's ignorant of us. I'm not gonna lie.
The one thing I've never discussed on this channel until now is the possibility that we might actually be alone. and there are no others anywhere in the universe. The odds are dramatically against this. We live in a universe that has 200 sextillion stars in it, the vast majority of which are in principle habitable. Sun-like stars are amongst the most common, and that's only within the observable universe. There could be vastly more beyond that horizon.
Is that, and some of them are inhabitable. I don't think God made that for us to travel from Earth to there. That'll take too much of our life, you feel me? I mean, that's for people that's living there, for not people, but other life forms that's living there like us, but on their planets. Like, shit, motherfucker, I know y'all, some of y'all might be too young or whatever, but if you're not Alien, Area 51, I think that's what the movie was back in the day, boy. Ooh, hey, if you know, you know.
So odds are we are not alone. But what if we are? What would that imply? That creates a different world from what we currently perceive. Earth would then violate the Copernican principle, and would then become the most important, privileged place in the entire universe. Here, magical chemistry happens that doesn't happen anywhere else in space or time. And the end result of that chemistry, us, would be the highest expression of life in the universe, and indeed would represent the universe perceiving and trying to understand itself. Think about that for a moment. The most unlikely thing in the universe just so happens to also be the universe's way of observing and understanding itself. That's not likely to be a coincidence. This is very different from being a random chance alien civilization among many others. This would be the ultimate in uniqueness in a universe that otherwise hates a one-off. In science, you always expect other examples, and that objects like asteroids are not unique, but part of a population. This works for civilizations as well. They can be rare for sure, more common, but the idea of only one ever really stretches plausibility to the point that one must naturally ask questions about it being intentional at that point. If that's the case, then we live in a universe that is so large that some of it, perhaps most of it, cannot be perceived, and thus is uselessly large and wasteful for the apparent intended task. The universe would then seem to be a thing born of complete utter madness, no matter what explanation you favor. Number 9. We live in a universe of machines. We are an altered natural species. A human of 20,000 years ago was in many ways very different from us. And it's not just our technology that sets us apart, but our collective ideas such as education, literacy, and so on, that all revolutionized how we think and behave versus a time where none of that existed. But most markedly is our technology of today. Over the course of my life, I have seen much of the human race addict itself to a prosthetic brain, the cell phone. What was once a method of talking to people over wires has become a font of information at your fingertips, instant communications by multiple means, and entertainment. And this trend seems likely to continue. In the coming decades, we will see medical science move increasingly towards the direct incorporation of technology within the human body. This can come in forms such as brain-computer interfaces, but also things like creating artificial pancreases for diabetics that function through nano.
Before he said that, I was just about to say, and probably like, I'm gonna give it about 10 years, you feel me? 10, maybe 15. People are going, like, it's gonna be a normal thing to put technology in your body, you feel me? People already putting the microchips in their hand or whatever. People gonna start putting passes to their buildings and all that, you feel me? If they, the rich folk, they gonna put the condos and all that, they gonna, like, all that, everything's gonna be real, like, biometric, you feel me? And microchipped. About 10, 15 years, goddamn, by like 2026, 2025 right now, 2026, goddamn. By like 2040, 2045, people, it's gonna be a normal thing for people to like incorporate technology into their body.
Technological bloodstream machines managing insulin levels by directly releasing it as needed, Or how about technological weight loss, where one needn't do a thing and the weight just melts away? There are many possibilities to be envisioned here, but we have come to a time where our constituent parts become gradually replaced as they wear out, such as with hip replacements. Eventually, this gets to the point that we transition to become, neuron by neuron, gradually over time, the machine ourselves. Imagine that, born biological, only to die as a machine. But that's if death truly happens to machines. In that world, that which can be broken can be repaired and made to live again. Or backup copies can be made for an indefinite existence of sorts. You may be gone, but your memories and everything that made you who you are is archived and can be recalled at will. Or might some data be lost? To quote Frankenstein, "It is with considerable difficulty that I remember the original era of my being." This leads to a universe where the end result of evolution of natural intelligence leads to the rise of machine intelligence. If this is the natural order of things, then it may be that machine civilizations vastly outnumber biological ones. Those machine civilizations may end up spawning successive, improved iterations of themselves, meaning machine descends from machine, and evolution asserts in a new controlled form under the guise of evolving technology. So I ask you this, all of this would imply an original biological civilization sparking the whole thing off. But what if we found a civilization for which there was no evidence?
You see that little machine right there? Probably like 10 years ago, it was a human doing that job. 10 years ago, it was a human doing that exact same job right there. But a machine replaced it. And that's what's finna happen to all these, you feel me, factory companies. Everything finna go to machine and everything. They ain't gonna need no humans in there.
Evidence of that. Rather, its lineage appears to have been machines all the way down.
Build a website you love with Wix. For your words.
Number 8. The plea for help necrosignature. We tend to assume that first contact with an alien civilization will come in the form of a radio signal, but with the intent of saying hello and offering the opportunity to say hello back.
Shit. They talking about the radio. I think they already down here. To be honest. I think the aliens already down here with us. They ain't make themselves known because, you feel me, it ain't time yet. But when the time comes, then the time gonna come. And they gonna be like, yo, I'm your next door neighbor. Or yo, I'm your boyfriend. Yo, I'm your girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I'm your dog. Your dog gonna talk to you like I'm your dog. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like they been here whole time. We think it's sweet.
But we would be doing that from a world in some trouble, where nuclear war could end civilization, and mismanagement of the planet could eventually cause our outright extinction. This has led to the question of whether civilizations in general in the universe almost invariably go extinct a short time after they develop advanced technology. This creates a dilemma as far as SETI signals go. Would we as a civilization nearing its end think it a good idea to take a chance and fire out a distress signal? Such a signal may never be heard, or its recipients too far away to help evacuate the planet, or may be disinclined to do so. But at the same time, what would we have to lose doing that during our extinction event? This leads to the unsettling possibility that all intentional radio communication signals in the galaxy are distress calls, and that if we ever detect them, we will be hearing the death throes of an alien civilization that we are powerless to help. This may happen over and over, leading to a very disturbing universe of necrosignatures. Alien civilizations may no longer be defined by their current existence, but their extinction. And
damn, so they saying pretty much by the time they signal reaches, it's gonna be too late. That's pretty much what they saying. So, but honestly, I ain't gonna lie. I think communication gonna be more clear. Like I said, 10 to 15 years. Mark my word, 10 to 15 years from now, it's just gonna be crazy. It's not gonna look like this. My screen's not gonna be screens. It's gonna be holograms, some shit. You feel me? Just wait on it. Watch.
And what they left behind. The Milky Way may be a cemetery full of technological tombstones of past civilizations.
That makes sense though. Cause like if you like the Milky Way is like, if you seen it before, I ain't gonna say I seen it, but like videos and all that, whatever they say. You feel me? It's a lot of asteroids and everything, you know, rock material and little fragments of, you know, plants and stuff or asteroids, you know. It could be the cemetery of all planets. It could be, you know, yeah.
Number 7, von Neumann interference.
Von Neumann?
One such technological tombstone could come in the form of von Neumann probes. These probes are envisioned to collect resources wherever they go and then use it to self-replicate. This process leads to exponential growth of the amount of probes, which can then fill the galaxy with the presence of an alien civilization's technology inside of a few million years at sublight speeds, at blink of an eye in a universe 13.8 billion years old. But with that comes a question of motives. Why station a probe in every star system in the galaxy? Science is a good answer to this. If you want a very complete picture of the galaxy, then this would provide for as complete a picture as you can get. But this also allows for some frightening possibilities, since such a probe could function as a 3D printer and produce not just copies of itself, but entire armies of vehicles that could fight a war and attack a planet. It could try to hack your computer systems from space, and even release EMPs until your civilization is reduced to a non-technological state. The presence of a close, more advanced alien civilization is never a good thing, regardless of the intent of that civilization. They are, by virtue of more advanced technology, in control and can do anything they want to an inhabited planet anytime they wish, which is a wholesale loss of control for that civilization, even if the alien civilization is altruistic in intentions. If they are not, then it only gets worse. Close aliens is always a bad thing, and if they're in your atmosphere with you, then that's the worst possible thing that can happen in any scenario. Number 6, astrovirology. Life on Earth co-evolved with its viruses. Viruses have been with us since the start, and it's reasonable to assume that this is the natural order. Wherever there is life, there are viruses attacking it. But Earth's viruses are very specific things, and need not merely attack cells, but it needs to attack the right kind under the right chemical conditions. While some viruses on Earth can jump species, it happens under very special conditions. If you sneeze on a crocodile, it's probably not going to get sick. But there's a contentious idea out there that maybe, under the right conditions, viruses can generalize. Most researchers don't think this is the case, but it has been advanced that on a dying world, say Mars at the time it started drying up, where if it had life, members of that microbial ecosystem would have been adapting or going extinct on a large scale during that period. That might have forced the viruses that preyed on them to evolve to become generalized, in that they would have the ability to attack any cell they came across. That opens up the way for dead planets to be loaded with viruses that can attack explorers and confound any attempt at colonization, and raise the risk of returning explorers infecting Earth with a virus capable of wiping out most, if not all, life on this planet. A scary possibility, but not a very likely one, since if it were possible, then the planets themselves are always sneezing on each other, swapping rocks and impacts across geologic history. We would see such a thing in Martian meteorites, and we don't. And indeed, we probably wouldn't be here if it were the case. Number 5. The Overlord Civilization. Looks can be deceiving. When we look out into the universe, we see the Great Silence. There is so far no evidence that advanced alien civilizations have done much with the galaxy. Indeed, We see nothing at all inconsistent with the processes of nature, but there are many arguments to be made about why this is. Are alien civilizations simply hard to spot? Do they ever build giant megas?
Maybe they don't want to be seen. You feel me? Or us, we always trying to record something nowadays, boy. Maybe they don't want to be seen. We ever think about that? And maybe if we left them alone and not record everything, maybe we'll see them with our own two eyes. Not saying this for certain, but shit, it's a possibility.
Structures or artificially arranged stars, or don't they, and so on. But there is another option. Something or someone is stopping them all. This is the idea of the Overlord civilization, where perhaps the first civilization to arise and settle the galaxy controls it, and never lets anyone get to a sufficient technological level to challenge them. They may not interfere with budding primitive civilizations, leaving them alone or allowing them to exist, but the moment they leave their star system to colonize another world, they are stopped from doing so, and either reset to an earlier technological state, absorbed entirely into the greater alien civilization, or put to extinction. Absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. Number 4. We may have gotten very lucky. The galaxy is a mostly hostile place. Much of it is a deadly vacuum, dotted with giant, incredibly hot balls of fusion we know as stars. Stars are known to commonly host planets, but so far, none of those planets are quite like here.
Speaking of like vacuums and shit, what y'all think is on the other side of a black hole? A wormhole or whatever you want to call it in space. What y'all think on the side of it? I think shit, it's another dimension of some sort. You feel me? Like I feel it's, I ain't gonna say another dimension, but another part of the universe. Like you damn near teleport through the wormhole or some shit. Like I don't think it's just you going to the wormhole, the black hole, whatever, and it's death. That's not what I'm thinking. I don't think it's just, you feel me, that's it. No. I feel like you go there and it's another part that you just never seen before, and the reason why you don't see what's coming out of, because you got to go to another wormhole to exit out of that dimension world, part of that world or whatever, and it's not gonna put you back in the same area that Earth is in. You feel me? It's gonna put you somewhere else. Boom, where motherfucking planet XJ714456 at. You feel me? That's what I'm saying. Like, but I do think wormholes and everything. I don't think it's just that's it. I think it's another area behind the wormhole.
We live in a tiny bubble of habitability in a vast universe of hostility, and have found no other such bubble like this one. But we have found habitability. We see ice shell moons like Europa and Enceladus, where the oceans beneath could harbor life. But it's not habitability as we know it for the most part. We have quite a selection of such moons that may hold liquid water oceans locked under the ice. But that's not Earth, at least most of it. Other worlds that once were like Earth, Venus and Mars, are both dead, having not been able to sustain the conditions for liquid water long term as Earth has. And then there are questions such as whether life could have evolved on this world if we didn't have a moon, and a host of other questions that may make our planet very special indeed, and that most of the rest of the habitable planets in the galaxy aren't anything close to as nice as this one, even if they are habitable. This leads to a number of scenarios. What of a planet like Earth that is facing impending doom, such as the baking of the planet by its ever-brightening host star? That lies in our own future, and there may be civilizations out there at that point desperately doing whatever they can to keep their world cool, or being evacuated.
Nah, we was talking about alien life and all that.
Else. Or water worlds with civilizations that are locked into their aquatic environment, without the physiology needed to harness fire and build technology. We could live in a universe where intelligence is moderately common, but more often than not, locked in and unable to leave its home world. So the question here is that if we venture into the galaxy and explore and start running into these civilizations, do we liberate them, or let nature take its course?
Shit, Ray, what you think, goddammit? You think alien real or not, nigga?
Okay, I found this on the web for what do you
Nah,
think about it?
not you, Siri. Nah, it shouldn't be. Do it say it is? I checked my settings and everything. It shouldn't be. Is that right? Alright. Nah, I was thinking about it, but the girl's talking about that's how you shadow ban yourself, you feel me, is by doing that, because you're gonna get a better crowd. You feel me, more people. If it's not like that, you feel me? I'm gonna shit. Let me listen to the girls then. They know what they talking about. You feel me? They know what they talking about when it comes to. Hey, yeah. Hey, go ahead and spam that screen real quick. Spam tap the screen. Conspiracy theories that turned out to be true. My nigga.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
Shift right at around midnight. Missing Japanese citizens. One night in June 1978, a 22-year-old single mother of 2 kids named Yaiko Taguchi was working her usual shift in Tokyo, Japan's cabaret Hollywood. After finishing her shift right at around midnight, Yaiko left the cabaret through the front door and was never seen again. At first, nobody thought that anything serious had happened to Yaiko. In fact, several years later, her manager was questioned, and he claims that everyone thought she had quit when she failed to show up.
Yaiko.
At around that time,
Is her name Yaiko? Rewind. I got you, Chad. I got you. You feel me? It's only me and y'all here. You feel me? It's only me.
1978, a 22-year-old single mother of 2 kids named Yaiko Taguchi was working her usual shift in Tokyo, Japan's cabaret Hollywood. After finishing her shift right at around midnight, Yaiko left the cabaret through the front door and was never seen again. At first, nobody thought that anything serious had happened to Yaiko. In fact, several years later, her manager was questioned, and he claims that everyone thought she had quit when she failed to show up. At around that time, there had been rumors going around that several North Korean spies were working undercover in Japan looking to abduct innocent citizens and hold them as hostages back in North Korea. However, this was seen by the Japanese government as nothing more than a conspiracy theory that couldn't possibly be true. Sadly, the missing case of Yaiko went cold, and it wasn't until almost a decade later that a clue to her whereabouts emerged following a disturbing chain of events. In November 1987, as South Korea was preparing to host the Olympics in the capital city of Seoul, a Korean Airlines plane blew up in mid-air as it was flying over the Andaman Sea, taking the lives of 115 innocent people. During the investigation, it was revealed that 2 North Korean agents acting under direct orders from the North Korean government had planted a bomb in an overhead storage compartment before getting off at the first layover in Abu Dhabi. As the authorities were closing in on the 2 suspects, one of them took...
I ain't gonna lie, when it comes to stuff like that, like, how don't you see somebody? Excel, what's up? How don't you see somebody planting a bomb or going somewhere they not supposed to on a plane, my nigga? Like, Respectfully, bro, shit. Me being, hey, I'm motherfucking top flight, nigga. I'm motherfucking putting nigga in the headlock. That motherfucking flight attendant, you go somewhere you ain't supposed to be. Nigga, said this the motherfucking pilot cockpit, nigga. Shut up, nigga. You feel me? I really hem a nigga up when it comes to that shit. They don't take their job serious enough.
Took his life with a cyanide-laced cigarette, but the South Korean government was able to arrest the other agent responsible for the attack. During her interrogation, it was revealed that she had been training for that mission for 6 years, and that for 3 of them she had been paired with Yaiko Taguchi, who had taught her how to speak and act like a Japanese woman so she could fly under the radar. As it was later revealed, Yaiko wasn't the only woman who had been...
Oh, so Yaiko Taguchi, Taguchi, whatever. She was in all along. She was playing double agent. Oh. Alright, okay. Okay, she was teaching the, yeah.
Been kidnapped by the North Korean government. As of today, 17 Japanese citizens have been officially confirmed by the Japanese government as having been abducted by North Korea from 1977 to 1983. Disturbingly, a lot of them were shamelessly kidnapped in the middle of the day and thrown on a boat to North Korea. You might think that the victims were involved in something shady that put them on the North Korean government's radar, but the investigations actually suggest that most of them were average citizens who just happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. One woman was captured while she was walking to a knitting class, and 2 others were kidnapped on a vacation to Europe. Another one, a 13-year-old girl, was taken as...
Man, you telling me they out here just snatching up innocent folk? So they had a target and just said, fuck it, you'll do. You're close enough. That's absurd.
She was walking back home from school. Some of these victims were kidnapped for identity theft purposes, while others, like Yaiko, were forcefully brought to North Korea to teach the Japanese language and culture to North Korean spies. After the kidnappings were confirmed beyond the shadow of a doubt, the North Korean government had no choice but to come forward and apologize, but they claimed that only 5 of the 17 kidnapping victims were still alive. Over the next few years, the North Korean
Damn! Nigga apologizing, but 5 out of 17 that's alive, that's it? I ain't gonna lie. You ain't sorry, nigga? He getting them gone. He doing what he gotta do. You feel me? He doing what he gotta do, checking them off the list. Like, nah, that's actually crazy. That's like 5 out of 17, 12 of them gone.
Government would send what they would claim to be the cremated remains of some of the deceased victims back to Japan. However, as DNA testing would quickly reveal, pretty much all of the remains were fake, leading the Japanese government to believe that many more of the kidnapping victims were still alive. To this day, the North Korean government has stuck to its story, claiming that there were only 13 kidnapping victims and that the ones who were still alive were sent back safely to Japan. Shockingly, while the Japanese government has officially confirmed 17 kidnappings, the list of potential victims suggests that the true number could be as high as 800. Sadly, given the current political situation, it's unlikely we'll ever see the full extent of these abductions, or see the North Korean government held truly accountable for its horrific crimes.
Don't go to North Korea, or you will get snatched. You won't see me there.
Just the other day, I found myself wasting hours of time I could have spent working on videos trying to find and cancel active subscriptions. That's why I've partnered with Rocket Money, the sponsor of this video. Rocket Money is the personal finance app. I quickly found out that canceling my subscription was 1, hard to find where to do, and 2, difficult. Back in the 70s, a journalist named Seymour Hersh published an article in the New York Times in which he accused the CIA of several assassination attempts on both foreign and American politicians who they considered to be anti-war dissidents. Due to these allegations, the US Senate put the CIA under investigation for alleged covert action abuses, which resulted in the release of 14 reports on major abuses committed by the CIA, FBI, and NSA. The majority of the reports included accusations of crimes such as opening and resealing US citizens' private mail for several years and illegally surveilling Black Power activists. Although these claims are obviously pretty serious, they paled in comparison to one particular accusation or conspiracy theory which alleged that the CIA had developed a pistol that could fire a poison dart over 300 feet, take a person's life, and leave absolutely no trace as to the cause of death.
That's all I'm asking, Mike.
As it was later revealed, this theory turned out to be true, and the development of the poison dart gun was just one part of the program called MK Naomi, through which the CIA had sought to develop weapons for biological warfare. In 1975, William Colby, the CIA director at the time, had to testify in front of the committee that was investigating the agency. During questioning, he claimed that the CIA had developed a host of biological weapons as part of a plan to eliminate German leaders during World War II, but that their research had continued until well after the war. He also mentioned that the poison dart gun was almost completely silent on account of the battery that was housed inside the handle, and that it had been specifically designed for the target to feel nothing more than a mosquito bite when the dart struck.
Hey, they made a poison dart gun that ran on motherfucking AA batteries, my nigga. AA batteries. That's why you ain't hear it. One time use. Feel like mosquito bite. You ain't feel it. You take get out. Alright. Next thing you know, you think shit good. Think shit sweet. Now you dead. You feel me? Know what I'm saying? Off of AA batteries, you got put up off of AA batteries. Couldn't be me.
Interestingly, the agency had used a specific shellfish toxin to make it impossible for anyone to know what the cause of death was, leading forensic pathologists to believe that the victim had suffered an inexplicable heart attack. It wouldn't help pathologists that the dart was designed to melt inside the body so that it only left a small red mark where it entered the victim. When asked if the heart attack gun, as it was nicknamed, was ever used on anyone, the director alleged that it had only been used for experiments and that there were no records of actual use. As part of the investigation, the CIA had to hand over the gun to the committee, and there are some pretty wild pictures of the committee members analyzing the gun as William Colby answers their questions about it. Normally you'd expect to see something like the heart attack gun in a spy movie, and it's pretty wild to think that if they hadn't put it under investigation, they would have probably got—
Nah, real life, that John do look like out of something out of the, you feel me, a 007, you know, James Bond type shit. Long barrel got the scope as long as the gun. Like, god damn, you see that motherfucker had the sniper scope on it, and the barrel's probably got the size of a pencil lead. Man, shit probably size of a pencil lead, so I don't know. I think a lot of stuff back then, bro, was definitely hidden from today, but it's like they for sure had technology back then, bro. The government for sure had technology back then where for them to even come up with this shit, bro. That's all.
Gotten away with using it for who knows what purposes. It's also pretty crazy to think that if that's the kind of stuff they were developing back in the 70s, imagine the kind of technology they have their hands on now. Disturbingly, the hearing was the only time the heart attack gun was ever shown publicly, and to this day it remains unclear what happened to it after the investigation. Rogue waves. Sailors often get a reputation for making up stuff they claim to have seen during—
I ain't gonna lie, the middle of the sea is probably one of my, like, I don't really have fears for it, but like being stranded in the middle of the sea and in space, they were my two biggest fears, bro. Cause in space, bro, it's like, oh yeah, Dub Ray Slice, man. Let's get Dub Ray Slice in the chat, man. But no, in my cause like in space, bro, you're literally in the middle of nowhere, you feel me? So who's gonna find you? Who's gonna find you in space? In the middle of the ocean. Yes, it's a chance for you to get found, but chance for you to get eaten. You feel me? Big ass whale come through. Ugh. Gone. Finito. Shark. Ugh. Gone. Finito. Shit. What else? Big ass sea turtle. Just mad. Ugh. Gone. Finito. What you gonna do against goddamn big ass? What you gonna do against a big ass sea turtle, man? Like, honestly, what you gonna do? I'm not, like... I know me. But I see a big ass sea turtle, and you see how big they get? Like, they real life get huge, bro. Like, real life human sizes. I'm not dealing with it, chat. Like, I want you to hear me out. I'm not messing with it. Can't be fucked with, won't be. I will not. You feel me? I will not. Let's get Dub Ray Slice in the chat, man. Now let's get back to it, man. Let's see what they about to talk about.
At sea, and because there's no one there to refute their claims, they sometimes get away with some pretty tall tales. For centuries, sailors all around the world had talked about seeing monster waves on the open sea that would allegedly reach over 100 feet in height. In 1826, a French captain claimed that he had seen a 108-foot tall wave in the Indian Ocean. Even though he had 3 sailors with him who backed up his claims, when he came back to the mainland, he was publicly ridiculed by the scientific community, as it was widely believed that it was impossible for a wave to be higher than 30 feet tall. For a long while after that, dozens of people continued to claim sightings of these monstrous waves in the middle of the ocean. But with no real evidence other than eyewitness testimonies, the existence of these waves fell into the urban legend or conspiracy theory category. In the 80s and early 90s, the Dropner platform was set up in the North Sea off the coast of Norway to extract natural gas. As part of the protocol that was carried out to see if the platform was stable enough to withstand the rough seas, a wave height recorder was installed on the platform. On New Year's Day in 1995, the sensor recorded an 84-foot tall wave, which served as the first real piece.
Chad, what you doing against 84 feet of water? Nada. Sayonara. What you doing against 84 feet of water? Alright. $84 feet of water wave coming towards you. You looking at it, what you doing? Just looking at it. You ain't got no choice but to, like, you ain't got no choice but to,
during their time out at sea. And because there's no one there,
but to take it all in, because that's all you can do. 84 feet of water, tons and tons and tons of pounds of water is crashing on you. Everybody in your body.
To refute their claims, they sometimes get away with some pretty tall tales. For centuries, sailors all around the world had talked about seeing monster waves on the open sea that would allegedly reach over 100 feet in height.
100 feet?
In 1826, a French captain claimed that he had seen a 108-foot tall wave in the Indian Ocean. Even though he had 3 sailors with him who backed up his claims, when he came back to the mainland, he was publicly ridiculed by the scientific community, as it was widely believed that it was impossible for a wave to be higher than 30 feet tall.
Wait.
No, it's okay, it's okay. Yo, what's up, Ray? Is he still in here?
Nah, he out of here. He was just in here. He probably got it like a minute ago.
Oh, it's 20 people in here. Hey. Hey, guys. Oh, they giving you gifts?
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
Thanks for the 10 roses.
Right, 10 roses.
10 roses,
It smells so good. It smells so good. What else you got?
You got a
Cowboy.
Oh, tell me why the filter came on me, bro. I was like, what the fuck? I didn't even know what it
Yo,
was.
what a gift for you, though. What is that one at the bottom?
It looked like a 2026. I don't know. Ray gifted that one.
What that is.
Ray gifted that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That just like absolutely blew me. I was like, what the? I never heard that one before. That's a crazy.
Yeah, man, they're rather wild, man. That's nothing I'll ever say.
Like, please don't.
It's not. It's like that's just.
That was just like.
It wasn't it.
Violation.
You
like,
feel me?
what do you mean?
What do you mean?
What do you mind you? You do not know me.
And you're a child.
And then he over here asking my Instagram put out an Android.
It was a long LG.
So, life's good.
Life's good. Why do they do that?
What did you do? Were we cussing?
Nah, it said.
Oh, you gotta do the puzzle piece.
Oh.
No, you use the arrow at the bottom.
Okay.
Like,
WG.
Damn, TikTok, we still here, man.
we still hear it live
We still
in the
here,
flesh,
TikTok,
y'all.
man. We still here, man.
Back in better.
But yeah, nah, man.
Put out
That's,
the Android. Then the other dude started talking to Moo.
the life's good is crazy.
In the life. Then the other dude started talking to Moo, and then she was like, I'm 16. And what? He was like,
oh, he's lying.
and then we just like ran away. And then while we were in the freaking parking garage, bro, there is like, you know how like we go up the stairs to get to the mall, like we go through Neiman Marcus, like they're up there. We're in the freaking parking garage. They're over here, yo, beautiful. We're like this, and we just started pushing that button like, hell no. Like, what are you doing? Some morning
Issues.
Crazy.
L Riz. Hey, man. Y'all try to talk to my sister, man. I hope y'all hands work, bro. And I hope y'all come better than that shit, man. Y'all need, man. Y'all need, bro.
Oh, that's coming from my phone? I was like, where's that coming from?
Not from me.
Okay, because he's streaming. Sorry.
For a long while after that, dozens of people continued to claim sightings of these monstrous waves in the middle of the ocean. But with no real evidence other than eyewitness testimonies, the existence of these waves fell into the urban legend or...
I ain't gonna lie, like, anything they say happened in the ocean or whatever, I believe it happened. I'm not gonna go and see it. Nope. They can have it. Because, bro, you ain't even been there to see it. And the ones that have been there, shit, they ain't survived. You feel me? All you got is video footage. They ain't survived to tell it for real. You just got what they recorded. So it must have happened.
or conspiracy theory category. In the 80s and early 90s, the Draupner platform was set up in the North Sea off the coast of Norway to extract natural gas. As part of the protocol that was carried out to see if the platform was stable enough to withstand the rough seas, a wave height recorder was installed on the platform. On New Year's Day in 1995, the sensor recorded an 84-foot tall wave, which served as the first real piece of evidence for the existence of rogue waves. After this incident, a lot of people started wondering how many of the sailors from previous centuries had been telling the truth. What's more disturbing than that is that there were probably hundreds of disappeared sailors from all around the world who had come across a rogue wave, also known as a monster wave or a freak wave. But because most people who encountered 100-foot tall rogue waves generally didn't live to tell the tale, their testimony went down in...
What'd I just say? I just tell you, niggas that motherfucker see that shit, bro, they already live to tell the story. Shit, I ain't about to be the one to try to prove them wrong. They can have it. You're right.
To the depths of the ocean with them. Since the Draupner wave of 1995, there's been a growing interest in rogue waves brewing in the scientific community. A few years ago, a professor at the Australian National University had estimated that at any given moment there are 10 rogue waves active in the world's oceans. As of today, a rogue wave is usually defined as a wave that is twice as large as the largest waves that come up in a particular area. And while the root cause of rogue waves continues to be investigated, it's generally accepted that these monster waves appear when two wave crests join together at the exact right time, resulting in a massive wave that can sink even the largest ships and oil rigs. Interestingly, it's also been discovered that rogue waves can take place in large lakes.
If you do oil rig, salute to you, because I will not be doing that. That's probably one of the most dangerous jobs you could have. It's good paying, but ain't no money worth my life, bro.
In 1975, a freighter named the SS Edmund Fitzgerald sank in Lake Superior under some pretty mysterious circumstances, with a lot of people in the scientific community coming up with all kinds of hypotheses to explain the incident. It wasn't until several years later that the scientists started theorizing that the vessel could have fallen prey to a set of 3 consecutive killer rogue waves, a phenomenon referred to as the Three Sisters, in which the first wave destabilizes the ship, the second wave hits the ship's deck before it can stabilize again, and the third wave overloads the ship with more water than it can take on. If this were true, it could also provide an explanation for the mysterious sinking of other large ships in oceans around the world over the past few centuries, but this might be a bit more difficult to prove.
Man, you know, you go to the bottom of the ocean right now, you know how many ships you'll see, and skeletons and all that craziness that have never been brought up, unsolved cases, things you ain't never known. Like, bro, that shit that's all I would say.
Poisonous alcohol. In January 1920, the 18th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution was successfully ratified, triggering a 13-year period known as Prohibition, during which the production, sale, and transportation of alcohol was made illegal. During this period, the government enforced some pretty strict measures to prevent bootlegging of alcohol, which made the alcohol black market flourish like crazy. It was pretty much a playground for the mafia, in which the government would raid one bar and another one would crop up in just a few days' time. While all of this was happening, there were some pretty messed up rumors floating around that the US government was taking extreme measures to make sure people weren't consuming alcohol. These included allegations that the government was intentionally poisoning alcohol to make people who consumed it sick. For a while, this remained something of a conspiracy theory, but things took a turn pretty quickly on New Year's Day 1927 when 41 people died from alcohol poisoning at New York's Bellevue Hospital. Disturbingly, the autopsies revealed that a lot of the victims had been drinking industrial methanol, otherwise known as wood alcohol, which can be fatal even at low doses. It turns out that the government had forced companies to denature industrial alcohol to make it undrinkable since 1906, which was far before Prohibition. But when the crackdown on alcohol started, the government ordered these companies to add quinine, methyl alcohol, and other toxic chemicals to discourage people from drinking it. Their reasoning was that if black market dealers knew their alcohol had been poisoned, they wouldn't dare distribute it knowing how dangerous it would be for their customers to consume. I guess they forgot to factor in that the demand for alcohol at the time was absolutely insane, and that black market dealers didn't care who lived or died from consuming their product. It wasn't until December 1933, 6 years after the Bellevue incident, that the federal government finally toned down their abstinence from alcohol policies. But by then, thousands of Americans had already been poisoned with contaminated alcohol. Gorillas. Nowadays, there's really nothing too shocking about seeing a gorilla in a zoo or on TV, but there was once a time when gorillas were considered to be in the same category as the chupacabra, the Jersey Devil, Bigfoot, and the Loch Ness Monster. I was able to find that up until a couple of centuries ago, gorillas were considered cryptids, which are animals that are believed by some to exist somewhere in the wild, but whose existence has never been proven. With most of these creatures, alleged sightings often turn out to be hoaxes, but obviously in the case of gorillas, what were once just rumors turned out to be true. Western explorers wouldn't come across a gorilla until around the 1500s, when an English explorer named Andrew Battelle was captured by the Portuguese off the coast of West Africa. While he was held captive on the mainland, Battelle described these disturbing, giant, ape-like creatures that would occasionally prowl around his campfire, but because he had never seen a similar creature before, he described them more as monsters than as animals. Batel's description sent the rest of the world into what we can only call a gorilla frenzy, with all kinds of rumors being spread about these allegedly bloodthirsty, dangerous creatures living in exotic parts of the world. Over the next couple hundred years, the buzz around gorillas grew as explorers in Africa sent back illustrations of gorillas to Europe, which were often given to royalty and emperors as rare gifts. If you were to ask any European back then what a gorilla was, they would have described it in a similar way to how we describe Bigfoot or the chupacabra nowadays. They were thought of more as mythical monsters than regular animals. It wasn't until over 200 years or so later that an American naturalist named Thomas S. Savage found a gorilla skull in 1847 during an expedition to Africa, which was the first piece of real proof for the existence of these animals. Naturally, this triggered a bunch of new expeditions to the area, and between 1855 and 1859, French explorer Paul Duchaillu confirmed the existence of gorillas and even brought some back dead. Just as Andrew Batel before him, Paul Duchaillu also described gorillas as these savage, bloodthirsty creatures which stuck in the public mind for a long time. Around 15 years later, some German explorers brought back a baby gorilla from Africa to Liverpool, even putting up some towels on the ship so he could swing around and entertain himself on the long journey back. As you can probably imagine, as soon as the ship arrived back in Liverpool, people started flocking around the hotel where the gorilla was allegedly being kept to catch a glimpse of the once mythical creature. To the public's dismay, Pongo the gorilla wasn't the massive, violent monster they had thought, but rather a cute little 2-year-old gorilla who loved to play with dogs. A few years later, in 1902, a German explorer named Robert von Beringe killed 2 mountain gorillas, which were huge in comparison to the baby gorilla that the previous German explorers had brought back. And that was really the first time the public was able to understand what a full-sized adult gorilla looked like. It's pretty crazy to think that at some point these animals that we now see as normal were once seen as legendary monsters. Interestingly, if you really look at the research, there are a ton of other animals that we now take for granted that were once brushed off as hoaxes, including kangaroos, platypuses, giant squids, and Komodo dragons. With so many of these myths turning out to be true,
bro, I ain't never seen a platypus in real life, bro. Like, that's probably one animal bro, platypus not even in no zoo, bro. That's a made-up animal. I'm not gonna lie to you. That shit's fake as hell. And I bet you they don't sound like how it sound on Phineas and Ferb. Like, what the hell that? Like, bro, please tell me what zoo has platypus. Or what's the multiple name for it? Platypuses? Platypi? Like, what the fuck? Like, it's just stupid.
it really makes you wonder how many animals are out there that we have no idea even exist.
Hey, that's it, man. We out chat. Shit, tune in about like 20-30 minutes. Shit, I'm gonna be on the game on 2K or some shit. We out. For